Hello guys. Today I will tell you the top 10 free movies in YouTube to watch. Nowadays we all were using Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hotstar and some other OTT platforms to watch movies. But in YouTube there were many movies to watch. Let us see what we have missed. The first and best movie is House on Haunted Hill. It is the perfect mix of mystery and horror. House on Haunted Hill features Vincent Price at his finest as the oddly captivating millionaire Frederick Loren. In a plot that's been replayed dozens of times in both movies and TV shows since the film's release, Loren and his wife invite a handful of guests to spend a night in their so-called haunted house. Each person who lasts until morning is promised a significant cash prize, but as the clock reaches the wee hours they're faced with a litany of frightening encounters. Price's dulcet yet ghoulish tones provide a spine-tingling backdrop to a cinematic experience that still proves scary over 50 years later. The second best movie is Plan 9 from Outer Space. It is one of the best movies ever created. Plan 9 from Outer Space has long been a punchline in both Hollywood and the sci-fi community, yet for some reason, you just can't peel your eyes away from the screen. The narrator of this 1959 cult classic spins a wild yarn about aliens who plan to resurrect an army of undead warriors in an attempt to stop the human race from developing an all-powerful bomb. Complete with paper plate-style flying saucers and some of the cheesiest acting to ever grace the silver screen, this unbelievable story about extraterrestrial grave robbers is sure to provide many unintentional laughs. The third best movie is Better Off Dead. There aren't many actors that embody the 1980s better than John Cusack. Famous for films that embrace the decade of big hair and bigger dreams like Say Anything and Grosse Pointe Blank, his role in Better Off Dead may have flown under the radar a bit but in many ways was just as enjoyable. Cusack's portrayal of the hapless Lane Meyer is great at times as he tries to win back his ex-girlfriend, who ditched him for a champion skier. In true 80s fashion, Meyer himself attempts to become a better skier than his foe as hilarity ensues throughout. The fourth best movie is The Man with the Golden Arm. It is Frank Sinatra and Kim Novak steal the show in this gritty 50s drama that captures the battle between staying on the straight and narrow or falling back into the clutches of addiction. O.L. Blue Eyes is electric as Frankie Machine, a Chicago poker dealer and ex-junkie who tries to stay clean after coming home from a 6-month prison stretch. It's a tale of conflict plus romance and really hammers home how hard it can be to get a true second chance in life when the people around you seem intent on pulling you down. Nominated for 3 Oscars, The Man with the Golden Arm offers a little something for everyone. The fifth best movie is Night of the Living Dead. Today it seems like every other movie has zombies in it, but at the time of its 1968 release, George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead was groundbreaking. A random group of people chooses a dilapidated farmhouse to retreat from the growing swarm of the undead, and things get sticky as darkness falls and danger is imminent. As the zombies approach, infighting among the group hiding out results in a tense, combustible situation. A bona fide classic in the horror genre, being able to watch this for free is a real treat even if it is in black and white. The sixth best movie is Dawn of the Dead. It is created a decade later as a follow-up to Night of the Living Dead. This zombified epic focuses on an undead outbreak that takes over Pittsburgh and eventually leads to a standoff in a nearby shopping mall. Sure, you could poke holes in some of the ridiculous plot twists and relatively amateurish action scenes, but why ruin a good thing? If you're a fan of the genre and enjoyed Romero's first foray into a zombie apocalypse, Dawn of the Dead is a must-watch. Just be aware that this is the original 1978 version of the film, not the mid-2000s remake starring Ving Rhames and Mekhi Phifer. The seventh best movie is Angels in the Outfield. Here you won't find Angels in the Outfield listed among the best all-time baseball movies, but this free Disney film is not without its simple charms. Notable actors including Danny Glover, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Christopher Lloyd, Tony Danza, and even a brief appearance by a young Matthew McConaughey, along with a fun albeit predictable storyline make for a good, wholesome family film. The eighth best movie is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It is one of many adaptations based on the Victor Hugo novel. This silent film features the estimable Lon Chaney as Quasimodo and stands the test of time almost a century later. filmed in an era where horror makeup took a great deal of ingenuity. Chaney's appearance and mannerisms are so believable that you tend to forget you're watching a movie from the early 1920s. Patsy Ruth Miller does a terrific job portraying Esmeralda, and at many points becomes the focal point as a result. If you've never seen a silent movie before and are understandably hesitant, this is a really enjoyable hour and 40 minutes that just may change your mind about the genre altogether. The 9th best movie is Sidekicks. It is not a big hit at the time of its release. This movie has gained a bit of a cult following over the years. It features the late Jonathan Brandis as a bully victim who dreams of one day teaming up with Chuck Norris to fight back, a fantasy that eventually comes to fruition. Beau Bridges plays the troubled teen's father in this Texas-based coming-of-age story that was directed by Norris' brother. If you like martial arts movies in the vein of The Karate Kid, or if you're a Chuck Norris fanatic, Sidekicks is worth your time. Last but not least, Fist of Fury. If you're into Kung Fu films, chances are you've seen Fist of Fury at least once. Also released under the name The Big Boss, it features Bruce Lee in one of his first leading roles doing what he does best, getting revenge. While he initially takes an oath not to use his skills for violence, Lee is eventually forced to fight after his family members start mysteriously disappearing at the hands of an evil villain who happens to manage the factory where they all work. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel.